Oh. Okay. Good morning. Why am I getting an ad for the Oshinoko Season 2? Anyway, good morning. I'm finally back to doing this. Let me set some background music because I'm not going to be playing anything today. I hope that's not too loud. Alright, this is all royalty free, so if I get copyright strike, I got a lawyer. Probably. Okay, so you can tell by the layout. Got this side over here. I don't know. I single monitor. I can't tell. Left side screen. That's gonna be the tier list. Right side of the screen. I decided to just put the game there, just so I could talk about it while I make these. Also, by the time this goes up on YouTube, this will I would already be away. So this is all scheduled. I'm not gonna be recording. So let's get this over with. I got the tier list set up. S, obviously I put for must play. A, highly recommended. B, very recommended. C, recommend. D, it's okay. In the end of the day, this is my opinion. But did I update my stream info? I don't think I did. I think I just I don't think I did. Let me see what it says on my thing. This thing says it's updated. Well, let's just go on with it anyway. So, as I said, it's just my opinion. I highly recommend you all to still play all these games that I'm listing anyway. But I'll just talk about them briefly while I decide where to put them on here. And you can do with them as what you wish. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 2022 and 2023 I did, for October I did play a game for each night of October. Some nights I did more than one, so that's why there's more than 31 games on these lists. I believe there's 50 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 33, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. I was off by 149. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so we were here. I muted my videos, right? I'm giving myself. We were here. Okay, from what I remember, this was a this is a co-op puzzle game, and the first one is free. And honestly speaking, while I skip ahead on this, there are some horror elements to this. It is highly recommended that to play. If you're gonna play this with someone, play one as one role, then the other. There's more than one ending. There's more than 2 endings. Haven't got all of them. But yeah, it's a puzzle game. It has slight horror elements, and the time is of the essence in some situations because you're going through puzzles and you might die in something, or something might kill you. Because I remember I was roaming the halls in one of these, and I did see something crawling in one of the halls, and I actually got scared. So, and I don't remember where that is. But that's a good way for you to play this game for yourself and find it out. Honestly, for a free game, for a free puzzle game, I know there's more in the series. I did not decide to play them yet, but eventually it will happen. So I'll put this one on A. Highly recommend this one. Lucid Dream. Now, Lucid Dream, but most of these games are free on Steam. Some are elsewhere, but it doesn't matter where. I'm going like way far back. I mean like super far back. This is like times when I don't have a model like I do now. So Lucid Dream is, if this would load, it's a puzzle horror point and click horror game. From what I remember, this one actually had some pretty good scares. I don't remember much of the story because, like they said, this was 2 years ago. Or it'll be 2 years ago in October. I should be doing these way earlier. But yes, it's a puzzle. I'm not gonna delve too much into spoilers or anything. I believe it's free. All these games are linked in this playlist. They're linked in the descriptions for each of these videos, and still, I suggest you play them for yourselves. This one, I will also highly recommend this one as well. This one actually did get me a few times, from what I remember. The art style, as I'm looking at it, it's very unique, and honestly, there's some very gruesome, like, I say gruesome, and then I get the hospital scene. Blood everywhere. So yeah, honestly, this definitely, I rank this one as a... Now, Designer's Curse, this is just a demo. Or it's just the first chapter, according to this. And this one, honestly, there's not much for me to say other than this goes on S tier. This one is a definitely must play. It's, I believe the developer of this game is doing it by himself or herself, and when I did this, they did comment on my video. They did tell me that they did let me know they watched it and they thanked me. I thank them for making the game. It's not complete, unfortunately, but honestly, here's me blocking up a door with a bunch of boxes and now using the toilet. Knowledge goes in the toilet, apparently. I don't remember much, but this is definitely one of the scariest games that I played. Honestly, one of the strongest ones to start up this whole thing that I did. So yes, I strongly recommend everyone play this. Chair let me down there, but I hope Chair doesn't let you down when you play this one. Why was I blocking up that door? I think there was something behind the door. Anyway, on to the next. Dark Fracture. This game has been in development for so many years. I believe it's still in development. It's still in the process of being developed. It does not have a set release date last I checked. I could be wrong. But honestly, this game, not much to say about it. S tier. It's just a demo, and I love what's been displayed so far, what I could get my hands on, and I can't wait for the full release. I say as I'm patiently waiting for the full release to happen. So this one, I guess you could... I've never played Mortuary Assistant, but pretty much you're in a morgue working this, and you gotta take some pills, and some stuff ends up happening in this. I'm not gonna delve too much into it, so you go ahead and play it for yourself. This is definitely a must play, as I constantly wait for the next one. Okay, the next is Understanding the Game. From what I remember, I did not finish this game. I feel like I didn't finish this game because when I got to a certain point, I just kept going back and forth, and I did not know what to do. I believe it was here. Yeah, when I got to this part of the room of the morgue, I had zero idea on how to progress. I honestly ended up giving up. I liked what was presented at first, but I got lost on what to do here, and I never continued after that. So I couldn't understanding the game. Unfortunately, because of that, this is obviously my opinion, but because of that, it hurts its chances because I liked the style it was going for at the beginning, but I did get lost and I had no idea how to progress at all. I think right here I'm just talking about like, yeah, I don't know what else to do, because I've gone back and forth throughout that whole room the entire multiple times and could not find what to do. So I'll put this one on C tier just because I could not finish it. I'm pretty sure there was something more there, but as I said, I couldn't finish it. So, such is life. Maybe I'll go back to revisit it again. Oh, we went back. Okay. This one. Short free horror game. Gives me alien vibes just because of the area it's in, even though I don't think it was aliens. There probably was aliens in here. I think when I streamed this, I had frame rate issues. So this is another reason for you to go in and play for yourselves with these frame rate issues. You won't get them. But I got them. And no fault to the game. I had fun. I figured out the whole puzzle and everything. Oddly enough, I'm looking at what's after this. This is a looping thing, which PT does as well. That's at next. But we went back. Short to the point. Didn't overstay its welcome. I'll give it an A. And as I brought this up we went back. Silent Hill PT. The game that never could be. This game is so infamous. It is there's not much else I could say about it. If you don't know what Silent Hill PT is, what rock are you living under? Because I need to know. Because there's a bunch of things I wish I did not know about the world. S tier, must play. If you're able to find a way to play it, immediately, just go and play it. That's all I have to say. This brings back vibes of the first few Silent Hill games. Enough said about the baby in the fridge that I just was getting. Phasmophobia. Okay, no, not Phasmophobia. I'm stupid. I have been assaulted in my ears by my royalty-free music. Mr. Hobbs Playhouse. I believe this one was free. I could be completely wrong. No, I'm not. The first one is free. The later ones you have to pay. But for this game, honestly, the mechanics on this game surprised me. As you can see here, you gotta be aware of the floor and pretty much hidden. And the game does not really rely on jump scares as much as atmosphere when there's a clear threat roaming around the house, and the fact that Mr. Hobbs changes. I say that and he's there. Honestly, this one, I also highly recommend. This is also an A tier. There's 3 endings to this, and there's a bunch of Easter eggs as well. So go into it, see if you can find them all. There's a jump scare. Easy transition to Phasmophobia. What? This is where I started? Okay. So, not much to say. Phasmophobia has been out for years. This looks like it's after one of the major updates where we're not in the garage anymore. But it's still before the big overhaul update. I forgot the name of the overhaul update. But at this stage of Phasmophobia, honestly, at this stage, I'll also give this one an A. I was lucky to have friends to play with, because at the end of the day, when it comes to Phasmophobia, it's scary, but it's also very fun if you have friends there to play with. They can hold your hand, and you could have them die while you escape with, and have them be mad that you escaped with and they died with all their equipment. Fears to Fathom, Home Alone. The first episode is free on Steam and everywhere else where it's available. What I love about this is I believe every story in the Fears to Fathom franchise is based on a true story. Each story is something that someone has lived. And this is Home Alone, and this honestly did feel back at the times when... This brings back times when if you've ever been home alone as a teenager. And honestly, the whole fears of just having... Oh look, Norwood Hitchhike Carson House. This said episode playtime 20, somehow I did more. But yeah, honestly, like, this made me scared to move around my house. Bottle kept my sanity in check. I believe it was more than 2 endings. No, there was 2 endings. But this part right here, just this simple mechanic, I hated this. I really hated this. And the whole picture on that you get in the message, who's at your front door? This one, I can't say much else. S tier. Evil Inside. This one, I skipped part of the intro. I didn't skip part of the intro, the stream. I didn't start stream soon enough because it just immediately kicked into the intro. From what I know, I don't know if this game does have a full release. I could be wrong. And this was one of the games I said I'll come back and buy it so I can play it, but I have yet to do that. I believe one of the gripes I had with this is obviously because I played PT not too long ago before I came to this one, and I know that's the inspiration for it. There's nothing wrong with that. but I feel like there could have been more to it. There probably is more in the full game, but just because of that, I mean, it's still not C tier, but I'll put it in B. I still recommend you to play it. I recommend you play all these games, to be honest, but honestly, I felt like there was, like, even the layout part of it is kind of the same. There's a little differences, but one thing I learned when I was in film is every story has been told before. The only difference is how the story is told too, so it could apply to this one. After Hours. This was the one where I'm being haunted by a nurse. Why am I looking at myself? Was I doing story time? I guess I was doing story time. You don't know? That's me. But, oh, okay, I remember this. Yeah, apparently this game was very difficult when you get to... Look for your sister's room. I don't remember seeing anyone else alive. When you're getting this tape, and honestly, I was scared to move a few times. For what it's worth, honestly, it's a free game. Check it out for yourselves. I don't know what else to say about it other than B tier. Fuck that nurse, that's what I'll say. Not in the good way. Oh, this is when I got my first model. I say my first model, but it's just a picture of me with the background removed. Simply because this is an old game, a very old Flash game. It's still available on Newgrounds. I know there's a third one that I haven't played yet, but who knows if I'll ever play it. This was the introduction to my very first... I'm gonna subscribe to myself. My very first model, because these borders, I didn't want it to just be empty space. And you obviously know I'm bad at making empty space because this... I'm not even at the edge. I'm not saying this for nostalgia purposes. I have been screamed at just so it's not nostalgia purposes. But honestly, this is like the very height of point-and-click horror games, Flash games. And this is one of the best, so S tier for this one for sure. I mean, this was definitely a must-play. It's on Newgrounds, you can still play it. You might have to download an extension if you go back to play the Newgrounds, but the extension's free anyway. It's not like malware or anything. And also I played Ex Mortis 2, which was honestly a very, very good sequel to the first one. I'm not gonna spoil much if you somehow haven't played it, but Ex Mortis 2 also must play. Next. The House. Again, also at the height of point-and-click adventure games. As you can see, 2005, 2010. I'm ancient. This is one of those Flash games that managed to survive because I believe the developer managed... It's free on the Microsoft Store. And I believe there's also a mobile version now. So if you ever want to scare your friends while at school, have them play this. All I'll say. And honestly, also S tier. This was one of the... Like, the game mechanics is very simple. You enter one room, you click on a few interactable items multiple times, you interact with them, and eventually the environment around you starts to change. Jump scares, sure, but what's a good jump scare game anyway? And you also start to figure out the mystery behind the whole family murders, I guess. Self-murders. I don't know if the whole big capital S word is available. It's right to say on YouTube. But yeah, this was also followed up with The House 2. Same premise, different house, new scares. It's even scarier if I remember correctly. So, not much to say else other than also an S tier. Moving on. Oh, I remember Lurk in the Dark. Yes, this is one of my favorites that I played. Wow, my friends. Yes, this is oh, I'm getting excited. Okay, yes, immediate S tier. It has to be. Must play. Play this for yourselves if you haven't. not much else to say because I just love that game. Late Night Mop, my first Lixian game. Lixian being the editor for Markiplier, who is also one of my favorite YouTubers. Seeing his development streams for these games, as well as his videos that he's made, also the fact that he almost killed Markiplier playing this. And this scare right here. Where is it? So, hanging up someone's period blood. I mean wax. Or blood, I guess. There's a scare. Where is it? It's after you get the key. Okay, so this scare right here. Not right here, never mind. There's no trash can in there. Can't just even throw it away in the plants either. So whatever. Okay, this scare that's coming up right here. Really, really hate whenever this happens because I did not notice that until I started backing away. Anyway, Late Night Mop. Lixian, one of my favorite editors. I'll put you in S tier as well. Lights Off. Trying to remember Lights Off. Oh, you come home from work and then you have to turn off the lights. Very waste of energy. Why is my quality so bad? I record on 1080p. Oh, because I'm on auto. 1080p 60. What's going on? Anyway. There's definitely a moment where you have to keep your eyes closed and you just hear something running at you. I hate that. I really hate that. It works in the game. I'll do this one on A tier. I did enjoy this. Paranormal Entities. Not to be confused with the movie Paranormal Entity. Trying to remember. Did I have a valve in here? Oh, I got recruited to be a cameraman for like a haunted show. Yes, I remember now. Okay. I love it. I even died in this one. I die in all of them, but yes, I love it. This one I will also put in S tier. Okay, Fears to Fathom, Norwood Hitchhike. Did I forget to put that on here? I might have forgotten to put that on. Give me 1 second. Where is that? Oh, I completely skipped over. Okay, there. Now it's there. Norwood Hitchhike. There's a PSA that I've done in this one. Don't text and drive. As I ended up dying by looking at my phone while driving, and a car crashed into me. Or I crashed into a car. Either way, as good as the first one, S tier. And they keep getting scarier. More pricier, but still scarier. Moving on. Game for Anna. I love the style that this was going for. Where like you're small and you're trying to like find out. I forgot what. I don't really understand the premise of this. I think this is also another game I probably did not finish because I had no idea what else to do. Yeah, I'm going back and forth with these trying to see if there's something that I missed. There probably was, and there's probably people screaming at me and saying you're supposed to do this. I'll put this one on B tier. I like the style, I like what was going on, but again I could not finish it. Mom is Not Home, and this was a quick Christmas horror game from what I remember. Not much to say other than I'm being chased by the gingerbread man, I believe is what it was, or Santa Claus. Put this one on B tier as well. Short, straight to the point, and some good scares in there. The Housekeeper. On par of how I live my life in low quality. I love what this is going for towards the end, where you're cleaning up this house of a murderer, and then it turns out you're the murderer. sure it's overused, but whatever. I think it worked in here perfectly. I liked it. I'll put you in A. Okay, so next I believe was Knight and River Rager. Yes, I probably said that wrong. This, I believe, was also a demo. I believe there is a full game for this. I could be completely wrong. Or I'm thinking of something else entirely. The style of this, the art style and everything, I love the story. I was getting invested into it until I reached the end. And I realized I can't continue anymore. Put it an A. Eventually I'll get around to playing the full game, but we'll see when it goes. Timber Lodge Inn, another VHS style horror game. I actually love analog horror games. Not much else that I could remember saying other than I think there was a cult chasing me in this and I still ended up dying. Put you in A. My tier list is getting fat. Alright, what was after that? The hospital. Horror game set in a hospital in the height of COVID. Pretty sure I could say that. We're in 2024, not 2020. This made me hate hospitals even more. She's been dead for 4 years. Nia, is that you? I'll put you in A tier as well. Oh, I'm highlighting everything that I'm not supposed to. A tier. There's not gonna go into as much detail in all these games, especially if I don't remember them. This is a bad thing. It's just been so long and I have bad memory every now and then. Escape the Clinic. So it's also a free game that I've played. I played a lot of free games. Some puzzles in there, not much in the horror aspect from what I can remember. But still short and to the point, I believe. So, I'll give it C. It's still worth a try to play. Urbex. Any urban explorers in the chat? Any? No? Yes? No? Okay. I love this one. Going out urban exploring. I can't. Why is my inflection stupid? And then you. Obviously, something starts chasing you. I say that and something just ran past the screen. Okay, this one definitely a must play. Everyone play this immediately. It's mannequins. So, the man in the attic. I probably got this wrong because, like, I believe even in the video I've been saying there's this. The game is called The Man in the Attic, but other things are saying there is a man in the attic. It's one of the two. Take your pick. Whatever happens. I'll put this one in A as well, despite that. Just because this gives me another fear of attics, even though I'm scared just because there's demons and ghosts in there, but then this is another fear that I end up having. Dude, don't get ahead of myself. Wrong floor. Another must. This is definitely another must. Go into like a decrepit apartment building and you start getting chased by a serial killer. I even had a conversation with him right here. But how much else I could say? Overtime. But even this one is, I didn't know if it was a dream or not because my coworker decided to kill me there and the entire HR department, and he like, oh, I wake up and yeah, it's there. But I like what it was going for. I'll put you in A as well. Okay, this game, Death Trips, the very fast game that I cleared, and one of the few where I don't die. Yeah, it was a joke game, I'm pretty sure, because, like, come on, you take an elevator up, and yeah, that's it. That the killer chases you and he trips. Death Trips, hence the name. Like, just because that's what I was going for, I'll put it in S tier. And the good thing is that the good reason that happened was because I got to play this next game, Dispatch. I'm not gonna go into there's multiple endings to this one as well. There's another game. I don't know if there's 911 Operator that exists. I don't know if it's in the same realm as this, but this game one of the best horror games I've played this as well. Just the fact that the world starts changing around you and you're driven by guilt being this police dispatcher. Please go play it for yourselves. You're definitely gonna be in for a good ride. I became a maid. I don't know when that happened. I was not paying attention to my mod. I'm on observation duty. One of the very first of its kind that I've played, which is pretty much a spot the difference. You know what? I'm not gonna go through much into detail. I love the observation duty games. I mean, I played all of them. So observation duty 1, 2, and 3. You know, going in just all S tier. Especially since they keep getting bigger and expansive, and even everything's changing on them. You can see there's a lot more to go on here. And observation duty 3, from what I remember, it was first person. Not all of them are first person, or am I thinking of 4? But this one definitely had its big scares in it as well. No, that was observation duty 2. Yeah, this is observation duty 3. Yeah, but the whole scares in first person. Just had to take a picture of the anomaly and it would somehow disappear. One other thing that I really love about these games is each run is unique. You might get the same anomalies, you might get different ones, or you might get some that will kill you. That's another thing I loved about this, is each run is unique. They don't ever repeat. Well, some anomalies you do get repeated, but like you don't get the same scripted anomalies over and over again. It's all randomized, and I love it. And there's a second toilet there that you will probably see disappear if I look back at it. Oh. Okay, yeah, you saw it shrunk. There's a naked man on that. That's when I introduced my censorship. Okay, Simulacra. This game honestly made me even more scared about my surroundings because I kept hearing knocks while I was doing this, and I was like, is someone knocking on my door? No, it's the game. S tier. I love it. I promise I will get back to Simulacra 2 and 3. Just be patient, please. 4 more scary games. What is this? Flesh Water. I believe this is the game, the night where I had... Okay. The night where I played multiple games by the same developer without knowing it, which was be this one and He Needs His Medicine. There's not much horror. The horror is in the lore, because right here you're pretty much just bringing bodies to some fish in the water. I'd recommend this one. It's fine. He Needs His Medicine, I did not enjoy as much as I did Flesh Water. There are multiple endings. I believe I got all of them there. But, like, I'm a cop and I was just like, it's okay. Still recommend it regardless. Almost home now. Who's blowing up holes in this park? Yeah, this one had its horror moments. I'll do this one on A. I actually did really enjoy this one. Wayward Harbor. I loved the beginning of this, but once the actual threat came into existence without the mirror, like outside of this, I loved the beginning of this. It did not stick when it got towards the end. Like, sure, the mirror, I love the whole gameplay mechanic of threat. It can only be seen in the mirror, but when it came to the later parts where I'm trying to get out this specific part, it kind of dragged on for me. So I love the beginning of it, but it dragged on. But that's probably because I'm bad at the game, so it probably dragged on because of that. So I'll put it in C. Is that it? Okay, yeah. Broken Through. Oh, I remember this one. Yes, this is where I'm playing the game and games come out. Okay, yes. Not much for me to say in this one, other than just S tier. Yes, go play it. Okay, Game for Anna. No, that's not Game for Anna. Do It For Me is what I meant to say. This was another Lixian game that I played without even knowing that Lixian made this in a game jolt. And I absolutely love the premise of this one. Simply the fact that, oh, you're pretty much, there's multiple endings. Is you get all the hearts, or you don't get all the hearts. You kill everything, you don't kill everything. Turns out you're pretty much killing your students. You're pretty much killing your fellow classmates. Kind of an odd thing to say, well, since I live in America, knowing that happens here. Anyway, so yes, the horror lies in the lore, is what I'll probably say in this one. But other than that, it's still very enjoyable to go through. I'll give it an A. The apartment. Is this the one where a tree started growing out of the basement? Okay, yes, I'll also give this one an A. This one's actually very good, especially in the dark areas. A security booth. Oh, this just gives me my simulator brain to work. But this part right here, where you let people in, you're pretty much just simulating your job. It's something I like to do. There is a full game of this on Steam. I'm aware. I still need to play it. I'll play it eventually. But this one also an A. Not Alone Part 1. Is there multiple parts to that? Wow, I completely forgot. Anyway, this was my first SpongeBob horror game that I played. And it was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed this one, going through this one. There's definitely a lot more that I need to play, but I'll put it in B. I do recommend it. Just there's definitely some parts. Oh, The Shadow over Route 80. This one somehow hit every fear in me to stop moving, and I have no idea why. S tier immediate just because of that. I don't know why, but this one definitely made me way too scared to move in this particular area, and I cannot tell why. I think it's just because of the threats that were there. Not Alone. I believe I'm hired to clean a house, and it turns out there's someone else there. I don't remember it much, but I'll put it in B. Apparently there's more parts that I completely forgot about. I'm being assaulted by my royalty free music again. What's going on? I don't even... Upbeat.io if you ever want to do this. Okay, Left 4 Dead. We played the Silent Hill map. I even changed my avatar for Halloween for this. Okay, we tried to play Silent Hill. I think we got lost, so we are just like, okay, no, we're gonna play something else. We're gonna play a different map. I'm pretty sure that's what ended up happening. So we went to Tokyo. Okay, so Left 4 Dead 2, old game, still lives up to it, especially with the mods online. You could tell how heavily modded I have my game. S tier. No argument. Everyone would agree. Left 4 Dead 2, best zombie game ever in this genre. So thank you modders for what you do. Okay, so this is my tier list for October 2022. A lot of S tiers. Definitely must. Again, I know I say like must play, highly recommend, whatever. At the end of the day, I recommend every single game that I play. They're always linked in the description. I'll link this particular playlist in the description, and you could go through the videos there, and then from those videos you could get the links to the games there as well. And yes, I highly recommend every single game. Just some I recommend more than the others. Obviously, everything in S tier. Definitely big. I mean, come on, Designer's Curse, Dark Fracture, BT, these were strong contesters at the beginning. Lurk in the Dark as well, definitely. And they're in the leagues with Fierce to Fathom, so... observation, come on. Left 4 Dead 2's even there. So... yes. thank you for joining me on the first tier list I've ever made for YouTube. And let me change up the music that I have for this. I was playing rock music the whole time just because that's what I got out of it entirely. Oh, I came back in and it's still there. Okay, I'm not gonna put power music or anything in this. You know what? Let's just keep it going. Let's keep rock going. It's working for me. Okay, so this was my tier list for this. Again, just my opinion. Still fully recommend every game that I've played. On to the next.